here's the deal. Basically, Pakistan is constantly at war with India. India and Pakistan both claim Kashmir. Now, because the British are just pure raw evil and they hate everybody, when they left India, when the Japanese and the Asian Indian freedom fighters under Subhas Chandra Bose basically ran the British out, then the British basically said, "Oh, we're leaving because Gandhi keeps asking for peace. Because we're good people and Gandhi keeps asking for peace. That's why we're leaving." Yeah, not because they got their asses kicked in Malaya by the Japanese insurgency, not because there's this guy named Subhas Chandra Bose who's got a submarine based in Taiwan that's sinking their ships. No, it's because Gandhi's asking for peace. So then they left, but they said, let's fuck everybody over first. And so they made certain to divide India in such a way that there'd be eternal war. And so when they did that, they fucked everybody up and millions died. And they keep dying because they keep fighting each other. Well, one of the reasons they're fighting is this place called Kashmir. And Kashmir is claimed by everybody. It's basically the communist Chinese have a piece of Kashmir. The Asian Indians have a piece of Kashmir. The Pakistanis have a piece of Kashmir. But basically, here's the situation. It's a Muslim population, and they've got a Hindu king. So basically, it's a dynasty. It's a Hindu dynasty, and therefore the Asian Indians invaded and claimed all of Kashmir, and they occupied most of it. So they are sponsoring this Hindu king, but the majority of the population is Muslim, and they want to be free of this Hindu king. So the Pakistanis sponsor the Muslims, and so they're all fighting over this in Kashmir, where you're talking about, this is like near Mount Everest, okay? So we're talking about they're fighting above the level of the atmosphere where people can even breathe. So this is war with oxygen tanks. These men are all wearing oxygen tanks. This is the model for war in space. Basically, they fire bullets that will fly for miles. And it's like, it's like space warfare. It's like out of this world, literally. And they've been doing this forever. And but in order to gain total control of Kashmir, the Pakistanis have to control Afghanistan, which is right next door. So what the Pakistanis, through this organization called the ISI, that's their CIA, they basically fund this war, because you got to ask yourself, how do they fund this war? Because wars are expensive, and they're fighting in spacesuits with oxygen tanks, with bullets specially made to fire where there's no atmosphere, in mountain ranges above the skyline. So how do they fund all this? They sell heroin. And basically, the overwhelming majority of the world's opium, as you well know if you've been watching the news forever, you knew all the opium poppies were in Afghanistan, and they were a source of much controversy. Yes. So here's all these opium poppies in Afghanistan. They have to process that into high-grade heroin using labs. Those labs aren't in Afghanistan, where everybody's in the Stone Age. They're all in Pakistan. So Pakistan takes all those poppies out of Afghanistan, and their ISI, their CIA, processes it into high-grade heroin. On any given year, every year, at least 75%, or 3/4 of all the world's processed heroin comes out of Pakistan. So Pakistan's economy, their entire national economy, is based on selling the rest of the world drugs. I mean, these are like assholes from the word go. They're just shit. And so these shit eaters basically sponsor the Taliban because they want to control the opium poppies. So all of the Taliban, and you can watch, there's just poignant, heartbreaking documentaries that were made right after 9/11, where they were dealing with the Afghan general. And let me get the guy's name. It was the documentary in particular.
Great Bitter Lake?
I'm sorry?
Was it the Great Bitter Lake? I know that was one documentary they produced.
No, that one's about where, that's where Roosevelt made that treaty with the Arab, the House of Saud.
Oh, King of the House of Saud.
Yeah, documentary, The Lion in Winter is what it was called. The Lion in Winter. The reason this is important is because this guy was Afghan. I'm getting this stupid historical drama instead. But National Geographic, let me add that. See if that should bring us to something real. But in terms of National Geographic, The Lion in Winter, and then I get stupid shit about lions. I mean, this doesn't even make any fucking sense. At any rate, so there was this one Afghan general they were interviewing, and he was ethnically Afghan, and he was fighting the Taliban. And one of the things he was explaining is that the one thing the West does not understand is that no one in the Taliban is Afghan. There are no Afghans in the Taliban. Every single person in the Taliban is Pakistani. He said, I'm fighting a Pakistani invasion of my nation. He said, fuck the Soviets. The Soviets are gone. The Russians are gone. The enemy is Pakistan. So what he was trying to tell the Americans is, you're not fighting some guerrilla group here. You're fighting the nation of Pakistan. If you would just nuke Pakistan, Afghanistan would be free. That was his point. And of course, the Pakistanis assassinated him. They assassinated him. So, and for some reason I can't find it. Maybe they scrubbed him from the internet.
I think I found it.
Oh, did you? Really? How the fuck did you do that? Congratulations, honey. Bless you.
I mean, I don't know. I'll send it and see if it comes up.
But
I'll send it.
At any rate, thank you. Appreciate that. So, but understand that, so the Pakistanis invaded Afghanistan. They got it conquered with their goons. And these goons are everybody that they release from prison. If you go to Pakistan, there's nobody in prison because everybody's in the Taliban in Afghanistan. So if you get sentenced to prison and you're a man, you're just given a machine gun and you're sent to Pakistan, to Afghanistan, and you're told you're Taliban now. But these troops, these Taliban, the very name Taliban means seminarian, means like a Muslim version of a Bible student. So where do these seminarians get multi-billion-dollar tanks, multi-billion-dollar helicopters, laser-sighted anti-aircraft missiles? I mean, these guys roll in, these seminarians, these Muslim students of the Quran, all have the most expensive equipment that heroin money can buy. These guys come in with equipment the Americans don't have. And they just rolled through Afghanistan. This is why when the Americans pulled out, they just rolled right through, because they're unstoppable, because they have all the modern equipment from Pakistan you can imagine. So these seminarians are all the Pakistani army, and now the Pakistanis control Afghanistan, and they control the heroin, and now they control the heroin trade worldwide. So Pakistanis are just human shit. They just produce all kinds of drugs, and that's what they have to offer the world, and so that they can win their war with India. And and they're nuclear too, which just adds to the spice. So there you go. That's why this doofus and Khan, the idiot who was running the show, to show you what a lunatic he was, when the Russians invaded Ukraine in February 24th, he was in Moscow with Vladimir Putin that very day, closing a deal so that he could become a Russian satellite. So if you can imagine that, this guy was trying to... You've got this idiot, Salman Sheikh, saying, oh, we want to be free of British and American rule. I mean, and you think that becoming a puppet state of the fucking Russians is preferable? That's not a preferable alternative. It shows you how out these people are. And